Hello and welcome to Sammy on Stadia, the F2 Challenge Round 2. So earlier this week you would have seen Round 1 where I got to lap 2 of a 5-lap race and I was crashed. It wasn't entirely my fault, someone was at the inside of me, but my rules were no flashbacks, no restarts. That was what I had to go with. So you can see from the championship, you can see on the championship there that Delatraz and Matsushita are 1 and 2 for Cardin. Our teammate is 10th, Dorian Boccolacci, with a single point, and I'm at the back, 19th place, Jack Aitken with Campos Racing. The only driver I'm beating is Jordan King, who was the driver who crashed out alongside me. So let's go into round 2.
Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results, the look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Nobuharu Matsushita yesterday puts him on pole position, and Louis Delatraz will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have De Vries, Latifi, Sergio Sette Camara, and Joe, Mazepin, Raghunathan, King, Dorian Boccolacci, Giotto, Correa, Calamirot, and Galeo, Schumacher, Aitken, Boschon, and Antoine Hubert. Calderon and Giuliano Alesi starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
There you go, starting in 16th for round 2. The two championship contenders for Cardin up the front. Our teammate in 10th and Jordan King, our closest rival, well up in the grid as well. Just a quick look around. There's some of his arms folded, a couple of guys having a conversation over iPad, some arms and legs growing out of my halo, and someone who looks away as soon as we notice we're looking at him. The car setup, I'm going to go for increased top speed, preset 4. I am slightly better at the Bahrain circuit than I am at Melbourne, so let's get into the race and see what happens. Lights out, away we go, and we're actually dropping down to Schumacher in front of us. That's Mick Schumacher, son of the famous 7-time world champion in Formula 1. But I've got him on the inside of turn 1, as indeed I've got a lot of people. That's our teammate I'm trying not to crash into. I do nudge a little bit, and I get a warning for that, and that's probably fair. A little bit behind, I've got Claire behind me, I've got Claire behind me, Boccolacci in front of me, Giotto, and then our rival King in front of that. Let's see if we can beat King by the end of the 5 laps. This circuit held, of course, in the desert of Bahrain. And it's one of the hottest races of the year. Well, hasn't always thrown up the most interesting races, but there have been 1 or 2 absolute corkers in the F1. You remember Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, 2 teammates, as I spin out myself. We lost a lot of ground to our teammate. We're in 12th at the moment. At the moment we scored no points at all. And we've got some ground to make up against these AI drivers. A little bit of corner cutting there. Delatraz has taken the lead up front. He seems to be good at that. He didn't get pole last time out, but he still led after lap 1. He's leading at the end of lap 5, taking 25 points from the win. As for myself, I've got to find a way to get past my teammate. At the moment, I'm not really close enough to be challenging. You can see at the top there, it's saying 8 tenths and 9 tenths of a second behind. At the start of the next lap, if I'm within a second, I get to use the drag reduction system, the DRS, and that will help me close in. You can see I'm starting to close in already. That's a purple first sector, that's fastest of anyone so far. And don't forget, in an F2 there's an extra 2 points for the fastest lap if you finish within the top 10. And we're going into the corner where we nearly got spun out last time. Our teammate locks up, this is our chance. We're getting close, and we're getting to slipstream, and we can see what we can do into the next few corners. Pick the braking point, and we've got him. That's our teammate overtaken, and we're up into 11th. So overtake Kyoto, and we've got some points. And that's our fastest second sector as well. We could be in for a good haul of points today, which will easily make up for the mistakes of last time out. Fastest lap is a 1:43.6 to beat. Let's see how close we are to that. We've got a 1:43.3.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Indeed it was. Thank you very much. And that means there's an extra 2 points if we can get into the top 10, and that was a very dangerous move. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm shown a warning or even penalised for that. But you can see I'm within a second of the car in front. I do get the drag reduction system down this straight. Going fast on this lap in the first sector with a 10th up on our previous lap time. You can start to see the damage on the front wing. I don't know if you can see that as well as I can. And whilst I'm saying that, I've distracted myself and lost a lot of time. We're still just about able to get the DRS and closing in again. When you think how much we lost, we could have been overtaking Rangadevan by now. Instead, we're still stuck in 10th. And to lift there, I was a little bit offline. It's a red middle sector, that's a slow sector. It's just a series of mistakes, and I wasn't able to get the same times before. You see the meters counting down, and bang, open it goes. You can see there.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
So they're dropping the car behind. Rangadevan moving across in the braking area. That was very, very harsh. We got the inside from this corner, and we got ahead of him. Although this time that means we don't get the DRS because we're not within a second of the car in front. Car in front, of course, being our rival King. That was a red first sector, but it was only half a second down. And thank you very much, Black Thoughts, for that friend request. I will get to that later on.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Don't forget you can request my friendship on Stadia, Instagram or Facebook. I'm down with Sammy on Stadia on all 3 platforms. You can see at the top of the stream there. Also keep an eye out for an announcement coming up soon. For Friday where I'll be live streaming a Stadia exclusive. You'll be able to watch and have a laugh at how awful I am at playing the game. Matsushita's taking the fastest lap away from us. We're going to have to step up the pace a little bit.
Currently, the fastest lap is a 1 minute 42.4.
1 minute 42.4. That is a incredibly quick lap time. That's almost a second faster than what we've been doing. As we go on to the final lap of the race, it's come up so quickly. In the 5-lap race, it's gone so fast. There we go through. Are we able to close in on King? I don't think we are. I think 9th is going to be the best we can do. We've got a safe gap to Laguna from behind us. I do wonder if we had a better starting position, if that random qualifying had worked out in our favour, would we have been a little bit higher? Could we have perhaps got a top 5 or even a podium? At the moment we look to be set to get 2 points for 9th place, which is good. That's 2 points more than we got last time. It's also 3 laps more than we raced last time. So you can see just putting in the effort has paid results. Coming down, it's the final corner, coming up, well, final 2 corners technically. There's 1 corner, and for some reason it counts another corner there. And Matsushita takes the checkered flag, and we're going to come through in a very respectable 9th place.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
We get driver of the day as well. Nothing extra in the points for that, but always nice to get recognition for our efforts.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. And Davide Valsecchi, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of these tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raced some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Probably Jade Aitken, you know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think.
Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So there you go. Round 2 over and done with. We've got 2 points for our 9th place finish. Boccanacci, our teammate, just outside the points and only within half a second of Lagunathan. Such a shame we misses out there. Could have been both our cars in the points. Let's have a look at the standings, and you can see we've jumped up to 12th in the standings on 2 points. We're a long way behind Matsushita on 47. Looks like the Guardian guys have run away with it so far. It could be a two-horse championship. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you can be here for when part 3 comes out later on.